How you doing? All right, we're gonna start out in a seated position. Up to you which one's working for you. If you want to go cross-legged, or if you'd like to take this position. Okay, so up to you, whatever's feeling good. I'm gonna start out cross-legged here, so feel free to join me. Hands just on the knees, roll the shoulders back. Good. Now you can stay right where you're at. I'm going to turn to the side so you can see this. As you inhale, I'm going to have you roll the shoulders forward, get a big stretch to that thoracic spine. Exhale, pull them back. Good. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Go ahead and take two more on your own count. Nice job. From here, I'm going to turn back towards you. So maintaining that seated position. Inhale, arms come up overhead, looking up. Exhale down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop them down. Good. Inhale, take them overhead. Let your left hand grab your right wrist, pull to the left side. So you're getting a stretch to the right side here. Sitting up nice and tall. You're doing great. Good. Back up to center. On your next exhale, drop the arms down. Inhale, reaching up. Right hand grabs the left wrist. Exhale, pull to the right side. If you spend a lot of time at a desk, you're going to really enjoy what we're doing here today. And even if you don't, this should feel pretty good. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, drop the arms down to the side. Good. Roll those shoulders back one more time for me. Nice job. Go ahead, turn to the side. Legs are going to be out in front. Inhale, lifting up, long spine, arms overhead, looking up at those fingertips. Go ahead and shake them. Exhale, fold. So when we're here, what you want to think about is the legs are as straight as possible, but so is your back. Okay, so I don't want you to just round the neck for the sake of getting your forehead closer to your knees. Sitting up tall first and then coming down. Reaching as far as you can. So that might mean you're up here or you're back here. That's okay. So long as you're feeling that stretch through the back of the legs, you're golden. You can't do it wrong. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop them to the side. And we're going to stay right here. This is called a staff pose, okay? Sit them nice and tall. I know, I'm forcing a little bit of posture work. Doing good. Hang in there with me. This is one of those little things that looks very friendly, but then sometimes when you have to just sit with it, your body goes, wait a second. What are you asking me to do? Good. Go ahead, sweep the legs over to one side. From here, shoulder's going to be right over the wrist, hip over the knee. I'm going to have you inhale, pull the belly button into the spine, tucking the tailbone, looking back toward your knees, and then exhale, drop the belly. Good. Inhale, pull everything in tight. Exhale, release. Looking up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release, drop it down. Good. So from here, nice neutral tabletop position. As you take that right arm, sweep it up to the right side, and then thread underneath the left. Don't forget to breathe while you're here. Good. Rolling off that right side shoulder, coming back to that tabletop position. From here, we're going to make a little transition. Turn those toes over, pressing the hips up to the sky, heels to the ground for a downward dog. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here if it's feeling good to you. Make sure you're pressing through the palms, fingertips are wide, looking back towards your toes. Big inhale. Exhale, shift the weight forward. Drop the knees. And from here, we're going to sweep that left arm up, thread it underneath the right. Stay in here for just a few breaths. Good. Rolling off that left side. Back to that tabletop position. Turn the toes over, pressing through the palms, looking back, hips to the sky, heels towards the ground. Good work. Good. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to get up onto the balls of your feet, bend the knees just a little bit, and either tiptoe or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, good long, straight spine here. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up all the way, sweeping the arms up overhead. Exhale, go ahead, cactus the arms out here, looking up. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, sweep them down and fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Flat back here. Exhale, fold. Stepping that right foot back, then the left, lowering down, coming to an upward dog. Looking up as you do this. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale, release your body down. Good. From here, on this next lift, I'm going to have you inhale, look over the right shoulder, exhale. Good work. Good. Inhale here. Exhale, release down. Rising up to look over the left shoulder. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale, releasing back down to your mat. Good work. From here, you're going to turn those toes, pressing back. Widen out the knees, cross the big toes, hips go back to the heels, forehead to the floor. Good. Now from here, shifting the weight forward, Turning the toes over, pressing back to a downward dog, and just briefly, we're going to shift the weight forward to a plank, hang out here for just a second, and then bring that right knee up towards the right hand, right foot towards the left hand, and we're going to drop into a pigeon. Now, as you do this, we're going to focus on the hip here, okay? So, you have the option to stay up nice and tall if that's feeling good for you. If you want to come down lower, you may. What I ask that you do here is don't drop your head so much that there's this big pull on your neck, okay? So if you're right here, keeping a nice neutral neck, you can stack one fist on top of the other to rest your head. But be very, very careful. Personally, I kind of like sitting up tall here for this. Gets deep into that hip. Good. Now turn that back toe over. Shift your weight forward to take the pressure off that right foot. Press it back. And getting into that downward dog one more time. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, shift your weight forward. Getting to that plank, holding it for just a second here. Take that left knee towards the left hand. Left foot towards the right hand and dropping down. Good work. Keeping the shoulders down, nice and low. You don't want to do this turtleneck thing that sometimes happens. Stay good and tall. Good. Turning that back toe over, shifting your weight forward, taking the weight off that hip, press it back. Taking that downward dog for just a second here, and then once again, shifting your weight forward. Drop the knees, press back to a child's pose. Good. Shifting forward. And then from here, I'm going to have you sweep the legs around one side or the other, laying on your back. Right knee is going to come up towards the right shoulder. Hug it in tight. And keeping the hands just about 2 inches below the knee as you kind of settle into this stretch here. This is one of those, it's a really good way to kind of wind down. Go ahead, take a couple rotations with that ankle. Back the other direction. Good. Release that right side down. Left knee comes up towards the left shoulder. Hug it in tight. Interlock the fingers as you do that. Try to let your shoulders just melt into the mat. Release any tension you're hanging on to in the low back. Hips stay on the floor. And again, if you want to take some rotations with that left ankle now. Back the other direction. ahead and release here. Arms overhead, point the toes, full body stretch. Pull it in tight. Curling up like a little potato bug. Take a couple rotations to the right. Rotations to the left. Release the feet to the ground, keeping them bent. Hips are going to come up, and you can either grab the side of your mat here, or you can go for that bind underneath the hips, in which case rolling the shoulders back to open up the chest a little bit more as well. Keeping all four corners of your feet on the ground. If wheel is in your practice, this is a good time to add it. If you have not explored that pose yet, let's do that in person. Okay. Now's not quite the time to do it, but we can get there. Good. Go ahead, release the hands if you took that bind. Drop the hips, nice and easy. Pull the knees in tight one more time. Bring that side to side. Good. Go ahead and release the arms and the legs. Let them relax down to the side here. Now hang in there with me on this part. You can close your eyes if that's feeling good to you. Take some deep breaths. When we do that type of breathing where it's a big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth, that's where you release some things, okay? So that big inhale, exhale. That's where you let go of all that stuff that is not yours to hold on to anymore. Okay, this is that weekly wind down. Let it go. Okay. Relax the shoulders into the mat. Unfurrow your brow. Soften your jaw. Calm the quads. Why don't you just start to picture that clean slate that's waiting for you? First thing in the morning. Good. Big inhale here. Exhale, release. Have you slowly start to wiggle the fingers, move the toes. Join me in a seated position here. Again, whichever is feeling good to you, either from the knees or taking a cross-legged position. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Go ahead, drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. You can take that left hand, just a little bit of pressure here. You don't have to pull, but just elongating the stretch through the right side of the neck here. Good. Go ahead and release. Good. Big inhale. Exhale, drop the right ear towards the right shoulder. And again, if it's feeling good to you, go ahead and add the right hand there just to apply a little bit of pressure. But again, when it comes to your neck and your head, always be particularly gentle with yourself. Okay? I know a lot of folks carry tension in the neck and shoulders, so a few little extra stretches at the end here. All yours. Good, taking it back up to center. Go ahead, dropping the chin down towards the chest. This is another one. If you want to take the hands, interlock the fingers, getting back just to the top of the neck here. Good. Go ahead and release. The head drop back, looking up. Relaxing the shoulders down. Good. Coming back up to center. Go ahead, turn the palms up. Let your eyes fall closed. You can stay here as long as you would like. You can rest your hands in any position that feels good to you. I appreciate you joining me for today's practice. We'll do it again soon.